Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about how I built a highest rated Udemy course, and this chapter is about digital screen real estate. So my name is Anna and this is me, and I built an online course teaching a technology called Git. It's a technology that all developers and coders use. You don't need to know this technology in order to follow along with this video. This video is about how I designed a smooth learning experience for my students. So this is my online course on the Udemy platform, and this is the rating. And a quick disclaimer before I continue, this video is about how I designed this particular online course, but keep in mind that each creative project is different and may require different tools and techniques for a smooth learning experience. So an online course is really different than an in-person course because all you have is the screen. The screen is your canvas or your screen real estate. So the question I had to ask myself when I was designing this course was, how can I use the screen space in the best way possible? Often we have multiple things that we want to show on a screen. So suppose you have two screens and you want to switch from one to the other. So you go from one to the other and then back again. So what this looks like for the learner is one screen, then to the other, and then back again. And this can cause some digital dizziness because you're constantly changing the digital location. It means that the student is paying attention to things on the screen that are disappearing, and there's a lot of discontinuity. So since we can't really make the screen any bigger, we are constrained by the size of the screen. So I realized something that people in real estate and property development have known for ages. If you can't go any wider, then you have to build upwards. So I had one layer on my screen, but I wanted to add another layer. And in order to create these two layers, I had to be able to differentiate between the two of them, between the bottom layer and the top layer. So to do that, I used a tinted screen. So in other words, it was a screen that had a certain opacity, and it would help me to differentiate between when I'm on the bottom layer and when I'm on the top layer. This is similar to the approach that web designers use when they create modals. So on the bottom layer, that was my base layer, and I mainly had all my diagrams there. And then on the top layer, I mainly presented my instructional videos and my definitions. So let's see an example of what the base layer looked like. Here I have a slide from one of my lesson videos where I'm showing one of my diagrams, and we're on the base layer. Now let's see an example of what the top layer looked like. So here I have an example of using the tinted screen in order to now be on the top layer. Here I'm presenting a definition. You can see that you can still see the diagram from the bottom layer, so you can see through the tinted screen, but the focus is on the definition. Let's see another example of the top layer where I'm showing an instructional video. So here I'm still on the top layer. I have an instructional video. We're using the tinted screen, and you can still see through and kind of see the diagram at the bottom. So now let's see what it looks like in my lesson video and how I transition from one to the other. In this lesson, we're going to go over making a commit on a branch. So at the moment we have one commit and our master branch is pointing to it. But before we make another commit, let me introduce another useful command called git log. So git log lists all the commits made in our repository in reverse chronological order. And it also shows us all the branches in which commits they point to. So let's see that in the terminal. We're going to type in git log, and we can see our blue commit with its commit hash, the author, and the message. And we can see that master points to this commit. So now what happens if we make another commit? So that is how I tried to use my digital screen real estate, my digital canvas, in the best way possible in order to provide the learner with a smooth learning experience. This video was part of my How I Built a Highest Rated Udemy course series. And if you're interested in getting in touch with the creator of this video, in other words, me, then feel free to find me on either LinkedIn or any other social channels with my full name, Anna Skulikari, or to email me at annaskulikari@gmail.com. I'm always open to interesting projects and work opportunities. Thanks for watching.